IGN buys 4 major gaming sites as game journalism keeps spiraling. You know why games journalism is spiraling? Because it has no integrity. Everybody knows that games journalist websites have to say good shit about games because they won't get like pre-access or whatever. There's a reason why people tend to get their game reviews from internet personalities rather than from websites these days. Yeah, it's all access journalism now. It's total bullshit. You should never believe anything you get from these sites, especially the big ones. So you're saying it's about ethics in game journal? No, ethics in games journalism is whether or not there are women in my game, okay? That's not the same, all right? Nintendo doesn't give early samples to anyone. I'm going to come down here and make Stalin look like an anarchist, all right? I've got some heavy-handed federal legislation. Access journalism should be illegal. It should literally be illegal for anyone whose job it is to talk about a product to get that product before the average person can get that product. Like, you could solve so much shit if that was the case. Like, you just, like, a journalist wants to review a game, well, they just buy it when it comes out, you know? Literally, all it is like quid pro quo enabling. It's complete bullshit. Now everything gets to be IGN. It's all going to be like Chat GPT slop articles of here's the top 15 weapons that you can find in V Rising now that it hit 1.0. How is that different from influencers who get a product from PR? Because honestly, nobody gives a shit about that. Getting a product for free is worthless when all these products cost $60. That's basically nothing. It's not like gifting a car. Like, games journalists can receive gifts. I'm not saying it's impossible, but in terms of like paying for access to stuff, it's a very minimal barrier to get over. No different, that should be illegal too. I'm not saying I like it. I'm just saying that I don't think this opens the door to more abuse in that line. What if companies have to make their product available early to all reviewers if they're going to make them available to any? My concern there would be that there could be ways to like rules lawyer the definition of reviewer to exclude people who they don't like, or they would fight over it, and by the time the fight was resolved, it would be too late because they'd be past the early access period. But it's possible. You know, it's possible. I just don't know anyone who gives a shit about games journalism anymore. Like, it's all obviously bad. Vosh, I'm not a first worlder. $60 is not a ton of money, but it's not insignificant. Well, I mean, if you're doing like a games review site, presumably that's like a pretty understandable investment in your return, right? I mean, you're making money off of the stuff you produce. Another big issue with games journalist websites is that if you're getting a review of a game and it's just from some guy, who the cares? Donkey made great videos on this. Like, you might agree or disagree with Video Game Donkey's perspective on any game, but at least he's a consistent voice. You know, you figure out what he's into, what he likes, how his takes tend to be, and then you use that as like a metric for understanding and contextualizing the arguments that he makes. And if you're going to some IGN review and it's just being reviewed by two like guys they had around, there's like 40 people who work for the site. You have no idea which one of them are going to get. Maybe you like some other guy's work, but he doesn't do the review for that game because they have them all cycling different stuff. And it's like, what, you know, like that's worthless. Did you see a recent Marvel game having a non-disparagement clause for people with early access? No, but not surprising. Marvel Rivals apologizes for banning negative reviews. No, you don't. This is how it works. This is all how it works. Developers of an upcoming Marvel game have apologized after content creators were told they could not give it negative reviews. Thanks. That's great. Thank you. You know, the mistake that Disney made here with this move was that you can normally get away with doing this, but only in professional contracts with professional reviewers. You can't do this after just talking to content creators. You know, if you're just emailing some guy like me, for instance, you know, that secret is going to get out. It's a free-to-pay shooting game. It's a slop game. Is this shooting? This looks more like third-person action. I think Zero Punctuation was another good example of a reviewer's consistent voice, even if you didn't agree with him in every game. Yeah, and Yahtzee is doing way better on his new stuff. I forget the name of his new program. I want to catch up with it because I think he makes good stuff, you know? Like, zero punctuation got tiring, but then he started making extra punctuation, which was better. And now Second Wind is out. And like, yeah, man, guys got thoughts. I want to hear those thoughts, you know? Marvel Rivals is an upcoming free-to-play shooting game for PC where people play comic book heroes and villains. Nah, no wonder they needed to ban negative reviews. It's a Marvel version of Overwatch. This looks like straight dog shit doo-doo. Just looking at it like this, you know? Like, just right off the bat, this looks like steaming horse shit. It looks like, yeah, it looks like a mobile game. Is it a mobile game? Is it a mobile game? The game was developed by Chinese gaming giant NetEase. Is it a mobile game? No, it's PC. You're gonna let, I say this respectfully, a Chinese gaming giant make a non-mobile game? Are you kidding me right now? Do you know what they make over there? Xi Jinping is laughing from his CCP throne as slop is fired out the Great Firewall by trebuchets. The Americans will like this one, he says, cackling as he fires another fucking slop game directly into our brains. The Chinese games industry has been trying to break out of the mobile game sector. I don't want them to break containment. I don't play mobile games, and I don't want their horse shit infiltrating other genres. I'm going to be playing like a first-person shooter with a campaign and stuff, and I'm going to get a few headshots, and then there's going to be a pop-up saying, you've used 70 out of 70 headshots allowed. Please wait 52 minutes and 46 seconds before your headshot quota, and it's going to be read to me in like a robot voice from the gun, refills. You know? Non-Chinese companies are just as good as injecting crap. Oh, no. We don't, guys, listen, we're not woke here, right? We're all American chauvinists. Let's not pretend that Chinese gaming, mobile, whatever the companies aren't particularly refined in their production of slop, okay? Let's not, let us dispense with the niceties. State-sponsored slop. The Chinese Communist Party makes these games. They make these mobile games. They charge you to play them. They charge you to buy them. They charge you to play them, and they send them to us. You're doing the JRPG thing right now. There are bangers coming out of China. Well, hold on, wait. I also don't think very much of Japanese games for the most part. Look, the real good shit in the gaming market is in the indie market, and you know where you need to go for that one? Finland. What are they cooking over there? What are they cooking over there? Finland's got some goated ass indie games. Nordic gaming really cooking. Yeah, no, they're doing work. Japan has good studios. You know, it's got a lot of bad studios too, folks. They're not sending their best.